The new members of the International Space Station's Expedition 40 crew share an affinity for exploration on this planet, but they're also eager to take up the challenge of setting the stage for future exploration off the planet. Max Suraev is the son of a Soviet Air Force officer. He was born in Chelyabinsk in the southern Ural region of Russia, north of Kazakhstan, but his family moved all over the country during his childhood. All along, he intended to become a military pilot. The idea of becoming a cosmonaut was just an extension of that idea.
And I thought I'd give it a shot because the profession of a military pilot is very similar to that of a cosmonaut. Making quick decisions, making right decisions, something risky, something complicated, something challenging, something interesting, which brings lots of pleasure if you manage.
After high school in Noginsk, near Star City, Suraev graduated from the Kasha Air Force Pilot School in the Crimea with a specialty in command tactical fighter aviation. Then he went to the Zhukovsky Air Force Academy to specialize in test and exploitation of aircraft and weapons systems. He applied to the Cosmonaut Corps and was selected the year before he finished at the academy. And while training in Star City, he also graduated from the Civil Service Academy of Russia as a lawyer. Suraev's first flight was a 6-month tour on Expeditions 21 and 22 in 2009 and 2010, during which he completed one spacewalk. Although he retired from the Russian Air Force as a colonel in 2012, he continues to work for the cause of human space exploration.
That's why we send humans in space, so that we move forward, we may discover something in the future, maybe not in so near future, but discovering some new worlds, new planets, something that will help us develop and move forward.
U.S. Navy Commander Reid Wiseman grew up in the suburbs of Baltimore, Maryland, far enough away from the city to be able to enjoy nature, learn about the world, and make the most of the freedom and encouragement he got from his parents.
And they always had boundaries, but it was exploration from the time I was born. Going to the lake with my brother, learning on my own and figuring things out, and they gave me that freedom, and it was wonderful.
Wiseman earned a Bachelor's of Science in Computer and Systems Engineering and a commission in the Navy through the ROTC at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. After flight training, he was assigned to an F-14 squadron and made 2 deployments to the Middle East during Operations Southern Watch, Enduring Freedom, and Iraqi Freedom. During the second deployment, he was picked for the Navy's Test Pilot School. And later, while working at the Patuxent River Naval Air Station, he also earned a master's degree in systems engineering from Johns Hopkins. Wiseman made 2 more international deployments before he was picked for the astronaut program in 2009 and got the chance to resume the exploration he loved as a child.
We are curious, we are inquisitive, we are explorers by our very nature. And right now, the biggest exploration that a human can go on is 250 miles up on the space station. So to me, there's not even a question. Of course it's worth the risk. Just to go out there and push humanity to further than we've been, that's a no-brainer.
Dr. Alexander Gerst was born in Kunzelsau, a small town in rural south-central Germany. He liked being close to nature and looking up at the night sky, and his curiosity was piqued when his grandfather talked to people all over the world on his amateur radio.
One day he somehow managed to adjust his antenna such that it would actually broadcast to the moon. And he gave me the microphone and let me speak a few words into the radio. They would bounce back from the surface of the moon, and about 2.5 seconds later I would hear my own words in the radio, knowing as a 6-year-old that they were just on the moon. So it was impossible for me to grasp in the beginning.
Gerst started his exploration focused on this planet and earned a diploma in geophysics from the University of Karlsruhe in Germany, while also getting his master's in earth sciences from Victoria University in New Zealand while working there developing new volcano monitoring techniques. He made 4 scientific missions to study volcanoes in Antarctica while working on his doctorate in natural sciences at the Institute of Geophysics at the University of Hamburg. And during that time, he made good on a promise to himself that he would make at least one sincere effort to become an astronaut. He was selected for the astronaut corps by the European Space Agency in 2009, finished his PhD the following year, and has been focused ever since on his chance to be part of what he calls the first wave.
Being the first, wave of explorers on the way out, exploring the universe, to Moon, asteroids, Mars, and beyond. That is, for me, such an important thing to do for humankind, for science.